Mendelssohn's Venetian Gondola Song, Op30 No6 in F sharp minor is marked Allegretto tranquillo, calm, gentle. It's in duple time, 6/8, with a cantabile, a singing melody in the right hand. The left hand has a soft flowing, rocking, barcarolle flow feel to it. Many chords are tonic or dominant, F sharp minor or C sharp major chord with an F sharp pedal at the bottom. Feel the duple pulse, 2 beats in a bar. Just play the first beat and the second beat, just the bass notes, the F sharp and the C sharp. Stronger, softer, playing with the 5th finger because that's what it needs to do. Then play just the 2nd and 3rd quavers of each beat, very softly, even when it's a chord, a third, and keeping the fingers close to the keys to help the softness. And the C sharp chord. Then play all the left hand, being aware of the lateral movements that we need, a very soft, supple wrist for the smooth sounds. Then in the next bar, bar 5, the left hand has a little bit of melody. Which is actually played in thirds, so sing out the upper note. And then there's a F sharp pedal at the bottom. Those low held C sharps are in my associated board edition, edited by Stuart McPherson, and I do find those low C sharps, held C sharps, work rather well. Continuing with the idea of thirds, in the right hand we've got thirds in bar 23, we've got the upbeat. So sing out the top note, the soft upbeat, but then sing, sing. Voice the chords so that the lower note, the thumb note or the finger 2, is softer. And then continuing, it builds up to a huge climax at bar 29-30, and support that climax with lots of left hand bass note, the finger 5, particularly bar 28, 29, a big F sharp, a big C sharp. Then from bar 22. To that huge climax there. Then the next bar, 32, 33, 34, 33, we have a long trill in the right hand on the high C sharp. We want a lovely flexible wrist. Practice moving up and down with the wrist. Practice walking in and out on the keys. Be loose and flexible, and that's over diminished 7th chord. One might use an una corda for the chords marked pianissimo for the diminished 7th, and then the first note of bar 34, 5 is marked sforzando, so no una corda. Lift up the pedal, tre corde when we get there. Just ring out that bell at the top. The first note of the piece in the right hand is marked forte, it's an E sharp, and then it's slurred to the next note, the G sharp. I recommend a lovely supple drop, playing on the pad and rolling onto the tip. That note has died and needs to be the next is much softer. So if we roll through, then we're in a very good position to play a very soft note on the second note. Then the melody proper at bar 6 is marked cantabile. Sing it well, a deep velvety tone. Again, I'm playing on pads and rolling onto the tips. And I'm thinking about shaping the melody. Pad. We could do that. We could grow through the first two C sharps and then be softer on the second. So I start softer on the upbeat. More, less. Or one could grow through all the C sharps. It happens again at bar 15. Perhaps there, if we grow more, even more, one could vary it each time. And then continuing on at bar 17, how are we going to shape this? Possibly through to the middle, the second beat of each bar. I feel we don't need to move to the first beat of each bar, but the second beat. 1, 2, 1, 2. Needs to be some sense of direction through the melody all the time. We get that melody again at bar 39 with a descant C sharp held over the top. Don't worry if you can't, your hand isn't big enough to hold that C sharp the whole time. Ideally, off with that C sharp. If you have to let it go early, it doesn't matter. When it's hands together, the pedal will hold it a little bit, but the note has died anyway, so just... we can cope with that. The next bar, bar 41, we've got a low A in the bass. Now actually, that only happens 3 times. We have it also at bar 12 and at bar 19. Each time make it sound a little bit special because it only happens those few times. Bar 12, it's the first time so far, the first 11 bars, the bass has always been an F sharp or a C sharp or an F sharp or a C sharp, and then at bar 12 we go down to A. So make it a little bit special. Perhaps just delay it a tiny bit, perhaps just linger on that A. We've got to move, it takes us time to get down there, so just let us be a little bit late. And there. And then we've got to move quite a long way for the next note, so take time. Make it sound special. Then we've got a lovely bass, descending bass in the coda from bar 43. We've got... Each time we want the thumb to be much lighter, because it's not on the beat, we don't want... We want a crescendo as we go down to that C sharp and our cadence to the F sharp. We've got this lovely, in the right hand, we've got these chords, offbeat, and we need need to voice those chords again. We want just the top note coming, nod. Practice. Then lean your hand to the top note, look at the top note, listen out for that top note. Practice just the skeleton, the left hand starting with the F sharp and the right hand the F sharp. Practice all the left hand with the octaves and just the top note in the right hand. Play everything, all the chord, the whole chord in the right hand. And where that happens at bar, the second time on bar 4950, that's where we have our final cadence and we've arrived in our F sharp minor chord for the end of the piece. Pedalling, sometimes we have 2 bars, 1 chord. For instance, bars 1 and 2, F sharp minor chord, so 1 pedal, just hold the pedal. No need to change the pedal until we get to the next chord, the C sharp chord. The climax at bar 29 and 30, 1 chord, C sharp major, hold the pedal throughout, build the sound. The long trill at bar 33, just this diminished 7th chord, 1 chord, hold the pedal throughout. Often we need to change the pedal each bar. When the melody starts at the beginning, bar 7, 8, 9, change the pedal each bar. Change, 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 change. Occasionally we pedal half bars, for instance bar 44, 45, 43, the coda. Change, 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 change. Or sometimes we might need to change every quaver where we've got a melody, especially if it's low down on the piano. So at bar 5, I would change, 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 change. For clarity. And the 5 bars at the end are all 1 chord, F sharp minor, and we can have just 1 long pedal all the way through. Perhaps also bringing in the una corda pedal for the last 3 bars if we wish to. Last 5 bars.